Hi everyone, well, whatever, whoever's watching. All right, so what I wanted to talk about today was the different type of psychic abilities and what basically the definition sort of, or the description of what it is. It says, you know, a lot of people don't like to say psychic because psychic has a very negative connotation towards it. You say psychic and people all of a sudden, without even thinking about it, roll their eyes. And but there's no other way for me to describe it, so I'm gonna say psychic abilities. So the first obvious psychic ability is, well, they use medium, which, I mean, I guess it's a good word because you're kind of like a medium. You're kind of, able to channel, and you're a safe channel. So that's why they call it a medium, for, otherworldly, or, other life forms, or whatever you want to call it, to send a message to this world, or this plane, or this level of existence, because we are actually a lower form of energy than spirits, or our ancestors and all that. So in order for them to safely communicate, they usually have to go, and everybody is born with these abilities. I believe the darker your skin, the higher or the stronger your ability. It just is, because melanin is a very strong, it's what makes us, us. I mean, melanin is a very important ingredient in our makeup. That's why a lot of pale skin folks have a lot more health issues than darker skin people. Because melanin protects us. It protects our skin from the sun. We're able to stay out in the sun for hours at a time without any issues. No sunburn, no sunspots, no skin cancer, none of that. And that's why I believe that the darker your skin is, the stronger your connection, or the stronger your connection is to the other world, or the other level. So that's medium. You have and the mediums, it's multiple abilities in one. So I wouldn't even list medium as an ability, because medium come with clairvoyance, and a lot of Claire names, but a lot of them I can't remember. So there's a seer here. You can see, these apparitions, and they show you pictures, or they appear to you. There is no sound a lot of times when they appear to you, if you are just a seer. And at different times, these different abilities will manifest themselves, and you'll get a bigger picture. But when you're a seer, and you're not hearing any kind of audio, or they will have a different way of showing you, or getting you to understand what the message you're trying to bring across. Like with me, if it's a child spirit that comes around me, they'll show me, give me flashes, or come to me as one of my kids, so that I know that that is a child, and not, or whatever. If someone is sick, or if someone is, if someone is sick, or if someone is angry, they'll come, and you'll be in a very angry mood. You'll be mad as hell. Someone's sick, all of a sudden you feel like, you want to cough, or there's a lump in your throat. But like I said, they have other ways to show you, or to let you know the message you're trying to come across without actually hearing it. And then there is clairaudience, which is hearing. And basically they talk to you, spirits talk to you, you hear them, you hear a clear voice. I've actually had the opportunity to hear I've been able to see, I've been able to hear, I've been able to feel, smell, touch, all of the above. So, but like I said, at different times they manifest themselves. I am a seer. Random times I will hear, but not all the time. But I always see. I always get visions and stuff like that. But that's clairaudience, is hearing. Like I said, people say it as hearing voices, and sometimes it's a difference. That's different. Sometimes it's just crazy and you're hearing voices. But if you know you have these abilities, or sometimes you don't even know you have them, and you hear voices saying stuff to you. Of course, all other beings are not friendly. Most of them are, but of course there's going to be the not so friendly ones, and it's not, they're mad at this and mad at that, they're just a mean person. And you'll hear their voice, you hear them very clearly. You're not going to be able to see where it comes from, you just hear it, which is a little bit scarier to me than actually seeing it. Just hearing a voice out of nowhere is freaking scary as hell. I'd rather be able to see you than to hear your voice. But hold on, let me scooch over. Come on, boo. Okay, so that's hearing. And then they call it clairsentience or clair something, which is basically smelling. And I've actually had that ability manifest itself a few times, but one time in particular, I was laying in bed, and obviously this big whiff of like old-timey perfume like hit me across the face. And I looked around, I was like, I know nobody just sprayed any perfume. And yeah, that was it. Basically, you're smelling things, someone's perfume, someone's lotion, or a spirit will come around you and give you a smell, and to let you know who it is, or like if your grandma was wearing a certain kind of perfume and she's, passed away, and all of a sudden you smell that perfume out of nowhere, that's what that is. And so we've spoken about seeing, hearing, and smelling. Touch is the next one. Obviously I felt that one, felt them grab me, felt them rub across my feet, my hair combed, all of that. It's crazy. But yeah, being able to touch or to feel a physical manifestation of a higher life form is, or even lower, is again very scary. You might feel someone push you, someone grab you, someone rub across your face, just touch you, and the hairs at the back of your neck and your arms stand up, and you don't know, and there's no one there, you just feel someone touch you, and there you go, that's touch. I don't know what they call it in the clair senses, but that's one of them. Taste, I'm not sure there's an ability for taste, because I've never experienced anything like that, nor have I heard anyone experience anything like that. But what this goes to say is that there are different senses and different abilities under the psychic umbrella, and either you have it or you don't. I believe everyone is born with it, but it just depends how strong it is in you and how much attention you give to it, and whatever. But there are a lot of different abilities and senses under the umbrella, and at one point or another you will be able to, if you meditate daily, which I haven't meditated in a while, if you meditate daily and you have a good diet, your abilities will grow stronger, because that's how they grow, with focus, and your body and your mind has to be clear for these things to come across. And the clearer you are, the the bigger the opportunity, or the larger the message or the communication is with you and the other side. I don't necessarily like calling it the other side. It's more of another level of this same, basically on a different plane. So we're kind of toe to toe with the other side, but they're just higher. They're higher beings. They're more connected to the earth and to, you know, everything else, because earth is God, and, you know, earth is king, and to be connected in that way is the best, because it opens you up to so much, and so much understanding of what is really going on in this world. But yeah, there's different abilities. What I wanted to talk about different things or different occurrences that's happened with me over the past years, and I wanted to kind of do it as a story time, like every week or every couple days upload a new story, because I've had a lot of scary things and a lot of freaky things and unbelievable things happen to me with the spiritual and all that stuff. So I wanted to start doing that, and I was gonna start now. The first story I want to give, I don't know if I should do it now or just make a different video a different day, but whatever. Since I'm already here, I'm going to tell you now the first story. This is like my first occurrence with a spiritual being. This is way before even noticing or, you know, really thinking about it. But I was 12 years old. I was living in an area where there was a lot of Haitians, and we would hear them performing rituals. There'd just be a lot of noise, you know, coming from next door, and it was so scary. It gave you a feeling that there were lurkers outside, where obviously there wasn't, but you could feel the spiritual activity outside, and we would stay inside because we were so scared of what might come and what might happen to us. So I remember one night, my sister and I, my older sister, she took me to Walmart because I had to get some personal care items, you know, whatever, and we stayed there till about 8:30, almost 9 o'clock, and we were walking home. But Walmart wasn't that far from us, maybe a couple blocks, maybe even if a mile, if even that long. But yeah, it was late. No one was on the street because this was a residential area. No one was on the street. No one was driving by, and we were walking down the street, and we're coming up on a field. It was an empty field. It was an empty field, and we're coming up on it, and basically a good couple steps, maybe a good 10 to 15 steps before we hit this field. And I remember is some guy riding by the left of us, and he was riding by, and he said, "Excuse me." It kind of came out of nowhere, because usually if a bicycle is coming, you can kind of hear it, which the streets were quiet and we didn't hear anything. So he just kind of rode up on the left of us, says, "Excuse me," and, you know, we move and he goes by. And we see him turn into this open field. Mind you, this isn't a huge field. It's, how do I say it? It's, yeah, football size, regulation football field size. So, he turns into it. Mind you, we're walking 5-6 steps and we would have hit the field. And we looked off in the field to see him, and let me tell you, this person like vanished into thin air, and there was no possible way he could have made it across the field by the time we took 5 steps, and there was nowhere else for him to turn. It was just a huge open field. And when I tell you, we were so scared. She grabbed my hand, and we ran and we ran and we ran till we couldn't run anymore, until we made it home. And after that, I was so scared. That was my very first occurrence with supernatural. And the next one I will tell you maybe tomorrow or in a couple days of how I came to realize what that person was or what that spirit was, and it kind of gave me comfort in the next coming years. But it didn't give me then, because I had no idea what it was and I was just scared as shit. But my next story, I will let you know how and I found out what he was and actually what he was. All right, talk to you later.